I'm not particularly interested in making videos about Mac anymore because it's just got to the point where it just doesn't serve a purpose. You know, all the people here, they're not going to change their minds because they're comfortable in the position they're in, even though they ought not to be, but they are. But I had to make a video because this section here um, really is perfect for describing the phenomenon that's going on here. So, you know, as I have discovered, um, this is 100% truth. So Mac claims no one can put up a credible argument, yet won't allow anyone to. By then also claiming his truth is not up for debate, you don't have to go far to hunt hypocrisy. And this is the thing, Mac is a torrent of circular logic and frankly abusive, dangerous mind games. And I don't think he knows it, since he is it. He's completely and utterly blind to what he does. But yes, this is true, and how he will always claim, oh, you can debate me, you're always free to debate me here, and all this. But if you actually do, you don't even get one response before it's straight to the abuse. And I'm not just talking minor abuse, but you know, like real hatred, real vitriol, and threats of death. And yes, then so he does that, but then later on he'll say his truth's not up for debate. You know, so it's, which is it? You know, he operates like the tyrant, but he claims that it's all in love. You know, is there anything worse than that? So, how does it fit into the mind games? Well, Mac is like Shiva, the destroyer. He destroys your ego and all your false beliefs. The only reason that you say this is because this has been done to you already, and you become, it's like Stockholm syndrome. So once this has been done to you and you see that the others around you have had it done to them, it becomes a confirmation bias where you're all happy to sit back and watch Mac totally and utterly abuse somebody, whether they deserve it or not. It doesn't seem, there doesn't seem to be a distinction there. He will just do it to you regardless. You first come to his channel, and there are two things that can happen. If you agree with him off the bat, then you're in his good books. But if you then later say something that he doesn't like, then he will give you the narcissistic abuse and expect you to curtail and bow down to him. Or you can get off on the wrong foot with him immediately and come to his channel and call him the idiot that he is, and then obviously you will be met with that narcissistic abuse. In all likelihood you will then go off his channel, and luckily for you, you've avoided all further interaction with him. But if you're quite a servile person, quite a passive person, you know, once this has been done to you, you're in his trap. So he destroys your ego and all your false beliefs. What this means is that he comes and steals your identity. He effectively strips you naked and parades you around his channel, whipping you. But because you've had the conditioning, you think that this is a favour that's been done to you. once that is out of the way, you can rebuild in truth. So once you've been stripped naked and whipped and paraded around, you stick around on his channel and you begin to absorb everything that he tells you, everything that he says. He gives you a narrative, and he gives you a belief system, which he provides you his belief system, all the while calling it truth, all the while he's doing it. At the beginning and end of every video, this is the truth. This is the truth. Here's my belief system. This is the truth. This is not a belief system. This is the truth. Well, it creates this, where you should be going to the Bible for your truth, and to hold your feet to the fire, as it's like to be said, and to test yourself. Well, you should go to the Bible, since that is the central place and is the Word of God. But you've elevated Mac to that position, and he stands between you and the Bible. So now you've been initiated into a cult, and Mac is the source of your truth, which he will then say is you. You are the source of your truth, but everything that you do reflects Mac. And I can prove this. How can I prove this? Well, all of this row that's been going on Mac's channel, it's a couple of things. Not this one. This one. So Mars Chill, this freak Phil, he thinks Mars Chill is Mac. He thinks it's a proxy account or an alias account. But he also thinks this of Joseph Seaver somewhere. I can't find it somewhere, but he accuses Joseph of the same thing. And the reason for that is, obviously this is the internet and it's hard to tell who's who, but because they so accurately reflect every aspect of Mac, it appears as though they're the same person. But of course they will say, well, it's because we are reflecting the same truth. But it was never really discerned whether this is the truth. But it just comes to be the truth, and you accept it, and all it really is that you have all had the same whipping treatment by this narcissistic abuser who claims to want challenge. But when you bring it, quickly deflects, cuts to abuse, what do they call it, ad hominem, and then he blocks you, mocks you in front of his followers, gives you a public shaming, and then all of the followers go out of their way to come around and shame you. Well, it's the perfect circle closing and closing of rank, isn't it, of dissenters from this tyrant here. And to be honest, I'm not. They'll all accuse me, oh, you're taking sides. Well, I am taking sides. Yeah, I'm going straight between the middle of all of you, since that's what the sword does. It's not a state of mind like you liars claim. It's a judgment call. And these guys these guys are one side of the lie and Mac is the other, and they'll just debate their lies against each other. Meanwhile, if you want truth, then you need to go to the Bible. What these people are engaging in is black magic and theosophy and or just deceptions. So this is the nature of their work, is that they sit around calling each other names and hating and threatening to kill each other, and there are people that deserve to die, and then there's sitting around passively threatening death on each other on the internet over, well, nothing really. And it is the case that you deserve everything you get. Sad wizards, indeed, but it's all of them. All of them with their Crowley's wisdom, which is the wisdom of a God-forsaken paedophile murderer, sacrificer, occultist. Crowley very much had a cup of abominations, so how you can say he has any wisdom is beyond my understanding. The Chuckle Fest is that very domain. But all of this comes from absolutely refusing to look at the Bible, because you've become wise in your own mind and you've decided that everything in the Bible is a lie, since you've decided that it was written by men and they're just paedophiles. Well, I want to tell you where the paedophiles are. You're trapped in a game of mirrors and you're surrounded by liars. You're mired in psychiatry and mind games, cognitive manipulation by illusionists. You want the truth, go to the Bible. The apostles wrote it, not figuratively, but Jesus taught the apostles, and then the Bible was compiled upon the writings of the apostles. You want the truth, you go to the Bible. So long as you sit there thinking that you're wiser than the Bible, well, I'm sorry, you're given a strong delusion, and that delusion takes you straight into Crowley's wisdom. The ability to discern could be tightened up, I agree. If you want, all of you want to sit here and cite the words of Jesus and talk about the truth, then you need to go to the source and quit your lies and your games. You're all the same, all of you.